Hello everyone and welcome to the Animezilia, and today we're going to talk about episode 3 of RWBY volume 7. And we start off by learning about what the Team RWBY, Team Junior and the Aesops are going to be doing first of all. So they're tasked with taking down this Gorgeist type of Grimm. This Grimm can possess other objects and basically use it to fight other people. There's loads of Grimm swarming this area, this mines that they've got to go to, and the reason why they're wanting to secure these mines is so they can get some untouched dust from it and basically use it towards the Amity project, which we learnt about last week. Now, we do have a couple of things to talk about before we get into the main bulk of it. So first of all, the Farnest talk. The Farnest talk was kind of a dampener, if I'm honest with you. Like, we all know how they were treated and how they were kind of used and the way the world treats them and respects them. And honestly, this wasn't something that had to be brought up, but at the same time, I'm kind of happy that they did. So, we basically start off with this mines when we're in it, and we find out that it was owned by the Schnee Company. Weiss wants to make amends with the whole kind of the way that her father treated them and used them. This was nice because it showed that Weiss has a bit more development and we might see more from her in the future, which I do kind of like. I like that idea. But I just found the whole atmosphere and the whole vibe really changed from a happy kind of woohoo type of feel to a more of a, well, that's a bit depressing kind of vibe. And I'm not going to touch upon it for too long because it was only a small segment, but I'm glad that they did put it in because it shows that we could get a bit more development and progression from Weiss as a character, and maybe from Blake and that Wolf Farnest again. Now, that wasn't me trying to be, bad on his character because I called him a Wolf Farnest. He might not be, he might just be a dog. And I didn't call him by his name. I can't remember any of the Aesops' names, no matter how much I like him. The next thing I want to talk about real quick is Oscar. Oscar, for me, I like Oscar as a character. And we find out that he's not happy with the way things are going. You know, with the whole lying to Ironwood type of situation. And he believes that RWBY should have told Ironwood, Penny, and Weiss, Winter even, the truth. This is the same for the rest of Team RWBY. Honestly, they can't really talk because, remember in the elevator, Blake went, we'll follow your lead, RWBY, whatever you decide. So, they're kind of calling themselves hypocrites for going back on what they said then, to basically going to RWBY and saying, look, you should have told everything, why are you doing this? And we now found out that Oscar has Jin. So, that's going to be something. And if we look back at the opening, we see Oscar and Ironwood fighting. Maybe Oscar tells Ironwood the truth, and this basically leads to a confrontation between the two because he doesn't trust him with the relic anymore. Dunno, possible. How can we tell? We'll just have to wait and see. Now for the fun thing. Nice fun things. New outfit changes. So Team RWBY's outfit changes. We all knew these were coming and we've seen them before, but I just want to talk about them still because this is the first episode we see them in. So RWBY's. I like RWBY's new design. It doesn't look too different, and the hairstyle change is actually really cool. Weiss, bit more of a dramatic change in terms of design and appearance. Honestly, I don't like the hair at all. The hair to me is just too big, too in your face, and too stuck up. She's trying to make her character more her own, and she's not trying to give off this impression of being a rich girl. And yet, this just kind of screams that, to me, personally. If I look at Weiss's character without knowing anything, I'll say, well, she's from royalty, isn't she? She must be stuck up. Just looking at the design and the perspective itself. Blake, I actually do like Blake's new outfit style. I think it looks really nice, and the hair change is much appreciated. Honestly, this is just a personal preference of mine. I prefer short hair on most women and characters of the female gender. So, for me, it does good things for Blake's character. Yang, I don't see much change in the way of Yang's character in terms of appearance-wise, but I do like the outfit nevertheless. Now, Team Junior's outfit. Again, I really like Nora's outfit. It's not too big of a drastic change, but it looks nice and sleek, and it just works really well. It kind of does remind me of like one of the outfits from Sword Art Online Fatal Bullet, the PlayStation 4 game. But we don't need to go into that. Jean, again, another one I don't like. I like the fact he's kept the whole Pyrrha sash thing around his waist. Great. Armor, okay. Hairstyle, Jean's hairstyle, from what I've seen, has been mixed reviews. Some people absolutely love it. Some people say that it makes him look stunning and handsome and stuff like that. To me, it doesn't. I don't like it too much. Ren, I like Ren's outfit change. I'm not overly keen on what the whole half pink, half black arm thing is. I think it's trying to match his hair. Which, okay, I guess. But anyway, that's just the only criticism I have of Ren's outfit. And why does it not have a collar one side when with the arm thing on, it has a collar sticking up? It just doesn't make much sense. But maybe we'll find out more about their choices later on. And it's worth noting that Penny's father is the one who made the outfits and the weapons upgrade. He's the one who did all that after seeing footage and after seeing their requests. So I thought that was pretty cool. We kind of knew that he might have done it, but it's nice to have that confirmed. Crow's new outfit, I do like Crow's new outfit. It looks more rustic. It looks more, I don't want to say old, because it's basically saying Crow's old, which, yeah, he is. He's the oldest that we've got. Apart from Ironwood, Arspin, Salem, probably a few others, Goodwitch. But Crow's meant to be this older sort of character, and honestly, I can see this outfit working in, like, say, a Bloodborne game, or something with a bit more dark and more, like, sort of sinister vibe behind it. Honestly, with Crow's character, I think it works really nicely. The kind of trees and pattern design, I'm interested as to why that's there. I get why the sort of crosses are on his outfit, but I don't kind of get the whole flowers and wait, are they roses? I don't think they're meant to be roses, but if they are, then maybe it's kind of a symbolizing of summer. I don't know. Next thing we have is new scroll. No, that's not it. That one, new scrolls. And honestly, I don't mind the new scrolls. I find it nice. It's clean looking, it's fresh. But what I do want to say about them is that it looks like it could be important and it could hint at something later on. Why show us this if we're not going to see it? And the fact they have aura levels on it might indicate the fact that we could see someone's scroll get dropped or missing, and then we can kind of see someone's aura levels depleting rapidly, like to add dramatic effect later on down the volume. I think that's the reason why they showed it to us, but I'm interested to see, you know, how they're going to play that. Right then, so the fight scene. We do get introduced to the characters of the Aesops, and we get a very small fight scene, including, you know, basically showing us Team RWBY and two of the Aesops members, and this fight was really cool. We get to see some of the improvements to their weapons and how they handle themselves with their new weapons. So with RWBY, we get to see her take down some Grim with a semblance, which I thought that was pretty cool. I love the fact that she just like spins into it and just like takes his head off that way. Awesome. And it seems like a scythe has upgraded so that it can rotate and swing both ways. Because we see RWBY kind of swing one way, land, look up, oh it's still there, spin it around, and then fire it back the other way. That was pretty cool. Yang looks like she can set bombs onto enemies now, causing explosions, which damages the enemy while at the same time containing the blast a bit. So that's pretty awesome. We don't see a lot from Blake or Weiss. Yeah, it seems like their movements are more swift and more agile. There was one thing that I did notice about Blake's weapon though. It looked like there was this yellow kind of tape around the knife. Maybe that's like her sticking the knives back together with like a new blade on the end. As in like symbolizing the fact that she doesn't want to, you know, to change her weapon completely. She just wants that as a reminder that she has overcome her sort of like past. Who knows? Now, we do see these two in action. So, unfortunately, again, I can't remember the name, so I do apologise about that. I'll try and remember for next time. But we have the Finest in the background with the gun thing in his hand. That's pretty cool. It seems like it's a gun, it's a saw, it's a boomerang, and he can somewhat freeze enemies, I think. There's this one scene where Grim are coming towards him and he's just like, stop. I don't get that as a semblance, but maybe that's also ties in with how they kind of captured Team RWBY to begin with. We don't know. But nevertheless, the weapons that he used is actually pretty awesome. And then we see the girl just here. It seems like she's got arm strengthening boosters on her, but her semblance seems to be super speed. And yes, we see lightning appearing, and it does give off that whole Flash superhero vibe, which I get why now. I saw some jokes before watching this episode of people going, my name is whatever her name is, and I'm the fastest human alive, fastest woman alive. I get now that meme, and yeah, I like her character. Out of all of the Aesop characters, I actually find this female character, like, more interesting than everybody else. Simply because she has shown more personality that is just, you just want to watch. Now, we do get to see Jean and Nora in action. And it seems like their weapons have upgraded as well. Jean's shield can get wider, so it seems like he projects out his aura, making his shield a lot bigger. Pretty cool, considering he can replenish aura, so it's super useful. Ren seems like he has this new grappling feature, which you can see up on screen, where he shoots out his like spike things, and he draws himself towards it. Kind of like how they do with Attack on Titan, or any other grappling mechanism. Honestly, that was okay. I'm interested to see how they manipulate that and put that into combos later on. And Nora's hammer seems a lot more lighter, and yet more impactful. But again, we don't see very much of Nora and her new techniques. Not really a lot you can do with a hammer, but maybe we'll find out some more features later on. Right, so then, we actually see Crow talking to this guy, which is the leader of the Aesops, and it turns out that his semblance is good luck. So with Crow having bad luck and bringing misfortune, this guy brings fortune. And honestly, we could have kind of guessed that if we had gotten a closer look at his jacket, because he does have like a 4-leaf clover on there. But I still think that's a pretty interesting technique. So does that mean that his semblance cancels out Crow's semblance, so that there's no luck or no bad luck? I don't know, but you know, maybe we'll get exploring that a bit more later on. Now we do get to see a good showcase of a battle involving all of the Aesops together, as we get to see the final Grim that they've got to take down, and this was a great showcase of the Aesops, of their teamwork, their skills, and honestly, they're a lot better than Team RWBY and the others at the moment in time in terms of fighting as a team. And I love this because it shows that they have much to improve on as a team and as like their combos, which I'm very happy to see because it means we're going to get team development, which is something we haven't had very much of, because the team, okay, they reunited in somewhat Volume 5, and in Volume 6 they reunited, but we didn't really see much in the way of them being together. So that's pretty good. Now, one other thing I'm happy with is the way that they showed it. They didn't show the fact that Team RWBY went in and they went in overconfident, because they were overconfident during this episode. They rushed into their battles, much like Jean, Nora, and Ren does. They rushed in and they managed to get the job done, but I'm glad they didn't this time, as it would have shown them being defeated and it would have downgraded their characters just to make the Aesops look a lot better when they get the win. So, honestly, the way that they've done this, they showed it, I thought was good. Now, towards the end, when RWBY catches the crystal that they're trying to pick up, they kind of hinted at something quite interesting. And this comes from the speedster from the Aesops, as she earlier on in the episode bragged about her speed, and RWBY was saying, well, your speed semblance is just like mine. I wonder who's faster. And RWBY manages to beat her to the last crystal. Then we get teased at the fact that something else could be linked to RWBY's semblance, because RWBY's semblance might not be speed. Now that's quite intriguing because I don't know what that could mean or what it could be. Maybe it's teleportation, maybe it's like, I don't know, maybe it's like a charging attack or something, but who knows. And I'm wanting to find out because it means we're going to get more RWBY development. And honestly, they've hinted at these three characters getting development throughout this volume. And I really do like that because I'm curious to see how the development works and how it plays out. So, for RWBY, it's working on her semblance and her silver eyes and becoming a better team leader. We know that much to be true. Weiss, she wants to overcome everything that her family have gone through and put everyone else through. She wants to develop as a person and become even better. Crow's a bit more kind of different because he wants to and needs to learn how to control his own semblance of bad luck and how to manipulate it and use it to its full potential so that it works in his favour. We saw that a little bit from when he battled Tyrion, but obviously because RWBY entered in, it became a lot worse. So I think Crow needs to learn how to use his abilities a lot more kind of productively. All in all, this was a fantastic episode and a great showcase episode to give off to the Aesops, which honestly, I like them. I don't like every character. There's two characters I haven't talked about much, and their abilities seem okay. One can stretch his arm, the other can kind of glue itself to the floor, use its strength to pull someone over. But at the end of the day, those two aren't that interesting to me personally. But the other three seem pretty cool, and I like the speedster female character. I think she's got more personality and is more interesting than the others. So, with that said and done, this episode was really great. If you haven't watched it, make sure you go watch it when it becomes available. Like the video if you like the video. Dislike the video if you dislike the video. Subscribe if you're new so you never miss a video from me. Again, apologies about it being late. I was in Spain, so there's not much I could do about that. However, I hope you have an amazing day, and I'll be catching you all next time. Bye-bye for now.